These are huge red flags to me, Ben Habib, because too many people in unelected bodies, in lots of cases, have got a little bit too happy and comfortable with having power. And when I hear all about this, so it's one thing the Bank of England doing this, but that's not enough. The IMF saying it needs to all be globalised. Later on, at 7 o'clock, you're going to hear from Nigel Farage. He's going to tell the story about people trying to kick him out of the UK banking system. When all of this is controlled and all digital and it's all programmable, so people will be able to dictate what you can spend, where you can spend it. There's a big piece about digital ID, all kind of embedded within this. This makes me deeply uncomfortable and I reject it. Where are you on it?
Well, I'm deeply uncomfortable with it as well. And just to, to emphasise a couple of things that Vicky said, this is the antithesis of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency is a supreme mechanism by which to manage your own transactions outside any form of scrutiny. It's decentralised. And it's completely decentralised. It's not even intermediated. The use of cash, deposits and so on, is intermediated at the moment through banks. You can hold physical cash, and I'm going to come back to that, because physical cash is a use of cash that we can actually, liberates us. But this central bank digital currency is the ultimate in a regulated currency. Every single currency unit will be registered in your name at the Bank of England, and they will know precisely what you did with it, and they can do with that unit of currency whatever they wish. So, for example, when I was an MEP, I was part of the Economics Committee, and we interviewed Christine Lagarde before she took over as head of the ECB, and she gave a pretty drab interview until we started talking about central bank digital currencies, and her eyes lit up.
It does not surprise me. It doesn't surprise me, Ben.
And as a Brexiteer, you can imagine the kind of reaction that, engendered in me. But the reason her eyes lit up was because she knew that would allow the ECB to take interest rates into negative territory. With cash, you can at least take it out of the bank and put it under your mattress if you don't like what they're doing. With the CBDC, you lose complete control of your wealth.
I suppose it's worth mentioning and sort of recognising that already we use digital currencies. They're just controlled by the international banking sector and private banks. So, I mean, who do I trust more, the Bank of England or Barclays?
No, this is different.
I'm fairly agnostic.
This is not.
So what we have is digitalised use of a cash system.
Yeah.
This is a CBDC will be a registered unit of currency in the central bank. It'll have your name on it. It's not like you going and just using your credit card as a mechanism to expedite cash moving through the system. This is much more controlling.
Yeah, and it's also very confusing. So when you look at this consultation, which closes tomorrow on the Bank of England, I mean, good luck even understanding the questions that they are asking you. I would say it's deliberately confusing. But also when I hear about, we're talking about trialling things like universal basic income, it wouldn't surprise me if you fast forward a few years, you've got the situation where you've got this global digital currency controlled by, I don't even know, the World Economic Forum, the IMF. You can pick your body. And then we're all allowed, all of us plebs, get scattered a few coins that they decide where we can spend it, but only if we're good enough, because, of course, many of us will be familiar with what happens in China when it comes to the social credit system there. Anyway, what are your thoughts on it all? You might even be sitting there going, what on earth is Michelle talking about now? Are you? Or are you on the other side of the fence that actually thinks that this is a very big red flag?